y'all, what's up? I'm Amy, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light, only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Hello, my beautiful lovers. Welcome to new subscribers, okay? Welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who were already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. Thank you so very much for coming, and thanks for coming back. So, I don't know, I didn't even put the overall energy over here, okay? I don't like the incense, but I'm gonna get it together. This is an ancestor message, okay? So, this card kind of like slipped off the bottom of the deck, okay? This healer energy, you're definitely in this beautiful and amazing healer type of energy. I feel like you're having a lot of trust in the divine, even if it feels like, you know, you're walking a tightrope, or, you know, you're like performing amazing feats that no one's ever seen before, okay? I seen 111, okay? So you're really just doing a great job of following your intuition. I feel like, you know, that's pretty much something that they want to like drill into y'all every day, because everybody says it, you know, all of the different energies that I read for, okay? So Jasper is part of your overall energy today, okay? I think it was on 160. No, it's not the cheese and rice. Oh, it's on 260. So Jasper is talking about physical strength and vitality, stabilization of one's energies, okay? You could be in a very balanced type of energy. I feel like your body could be very healthy at this time, okay? It's like all of this healer energy that you've awakened within yourself. It has you in like a really healthy state, a healthy state of mind, you know? Just this energy of you getting stabilized all around, you being a lot more grounded with the moves that you want to make, and like, you know, the steps you want to take, the things you want to accomplish. I feel like your ancestors are really boosting that kind of energy for you, that kind of feeling of stability, you know, because a lot of times you could be very stable at certain times in your life, but you cannot feel the stability, right? You could still feel like there's so many things you have to do, or so many more things that you have to work on. And I think your ancestors are really helping you to just be very happy where you are in the moment, and not feel like, you know, you have to do all this extra work, or there's these certain things you have to accomplish in order to be a success, you know. I feel like you're looking at yourself as a success no matter where you are in life, and your ancestors really love that about you, okay? So the element is earth, of course. You could be an earth sign, but you don't necessarily have to be. You could be a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you could have that highly aspected in your chart, okay? Or you could just have like a higher level of connection with the earth, okay? Of course, the root and sacral chakras go along with that earth energy, you know? So like I said, just like this overall grounded energy, okay? It's talking about enhancing one's endurance and stamina, and how it can work over time to increase the amount of chi or life force in one's energetic field, okay? So your ancestors are really helping you with that, helping you to increase your chi, and also to increase your stamina that you have in the journey, you know? Like, I feel like you're getting a lot more done than you could have been getting done in the beginning of your journey, of course. And there's a lot of growth to be had here. So like, just continue to follow your ancestors' guidance and really listen to them and the little tips and clues and hints that they give you, you know, which is making me think about like the way that I got this Jasper, you know, like I was just setting up the crystals, you know, doing what I normally do, and the Jasper kind of just rolled out. Okay, it kind of just rolled out over to that side of the table, you know, and when I looked at it, like I just knew that I needed to use it, or that it was for you, you know what I'm saying? So pay attention to your ancestors kind of like making certain things happen. It could be even little tiny things, but they're making certain things happen or bringing certain things to your attention for a reason. So just look into whatever it is that they're bringing up, or, you know, pay much attention to whatever signs they could be sending your way at this time, because I feel like they really are like giving you the skinny, keeping you up on game, making you very aware of what kinds of threats they're protecting you from, and what moves that you need to make next when it comes to people attacking you, so you could be prepared. Ah, yeah, yeah. The the cat. I don't know why he mad at the dog, but he just keep on attacking him, and that could be highly significant. I feel like somebody could keep on attacking you in the background unprovoked, just because you're very grounded, or because you're very guided, or because you refuse to like pay attention to them or entertain any negativity. And that's great. Your ancestors love the way that you put everything in their hands and you allow them to just handle your lightweight, is how I heard it. So it says it strengthens dreams and other inner experiences. Okay, so meditation could be very, very strong for you at this time. You also could be having your ancestors appearing to you in your dreams, okay, showing you different things, or coming and just talking to you. Maybe they might say a couple words, maybe they might not even say a thing. You might just see them like passing. It's giving like the energy of like having a dream of like being in a big city or in a crowded place, and just like having certain relatives there, okay? Which is funny because my sister was just telling me and my mom a couple of weeks ago about her having like that kind of dream. So there could be a lot of ancestor dreams going on at this time for you. It says the energy pattern is so stable that it tends to stabilize one's own energy if one wears or carries it or just keeps it in the environment. So your ancestors are saying that red jasper is a really great crystal to have on you or to have in your home, okay, to like radiate more of that energy of stable energy. You know what I'm saying? Like having jasper around to radiate more stability or more of a grounded type of energy in your environment, okay, to clear that up. Okay, it says such stabilization can lead to good health, balanced emotion, truthful expressions, and just actions. With the justice right here, that was catching my attention, but I didn't I didn't say it. Okay, you could do something on social media like professionally, or you could just have like some sort of social media presence. I feel like that's the same thing. You could be very popular. I feel like if you are doing something on social media, or you're thinking about starting something on social media, that would be a really great investment for you. I think that would be something that you would really love, or it's currently something that you love doing so much. Like this is something you really enjoy doing, something you have fun doing. Maybe you might not see that fun bringing you in a lot of money, or attracting a lot of people to you, but it definitely is doing that. Okay, I feel like your shit is going up, or it's about to go up like in a major way. So just stay grounded at this time and continue to listen to your ancestors. Okay, yeah, look, you could be a speaker of some sort. Okay, it says your life purpose involves your skills of oration. Okay, so if you feel called to speaking or called to sharing your life experiences or anything, you could be called to share anything, baby. Okay, you could be called to like react to videos, you could be called to just I don't know, sing or whatever it is you're called to do, baby. Follow your heart and do that. I feel like your ancestors really want to drill in like you have the freedom to do whatever it is that you want to do. Nothing or nobody can hold you back but you, and it's really important that you recognize your freedom of choice and that you exercise that shit as often as possible, that you get what you want and what you need, okay, because that's what you deserve. And just know that they're here with you, counseling you all the time, okay. And also, you are like a counselor to others. It's like the ancestors counsel you, and then you go and you be an empathic ear and give wise advice to other people. And you like really work closely with your ancestors, okay, like very, very closely. I just feel like they're always in your energy, they're always around. Like you could like feel certain things. You could even be a medium, okay, with what they say, inspirational mediumship, okay. You could be a medium, okay. And your ancestors are just like always around. Maybe sometimes you could feel like you're seeing your family members, or you could be like hearing them say certain things and just immediately knowing who said it, you know what I mean. This stone, it says, has a kind of down to earth nobility that simply rubs off on the owner. So I feel like your down to earth energy, your stable type of energies, like it rubs off on other people. You're a really great example for other people, and your ancestors love that about you. They want you to continue to be an example. And don't worry about like people copying you all the time, because copying you is not always a negative thing, okay? Like sometimes, I heard imitation is the greatest form of flattery, sometimes people copy you and they do things that you do because they aspire to be like you, or they like that quality that you carry. Maybe you awoke that quality in that person. Maybe you awoke the realization that they like this, or they like to do that, or they like to listen to this, or they like to wear this, or they want to try their hairstyle like that, or they like your style. They want to like be like you, okay? I feel like you are like really an example, a trendsetter, someone who inspires other people to do the things that you do, and it's really important that you recognize that about yourself, okay? This is catching my attention, the Kundalini serpent, okay? It says the frequency of red jasper opens and stimulates the base chakra and the energetic Kundalini serpent that dwells at the base of the spine, okay? It says the rising of this serpentine energy up the spine is a powerful spiritual experience as it activates, clears, and strengthens each of the chakras and levels of the energetic body. And also, your Kundalini energy rising, okay, it can be very painful, okay? So your Kundalini energy can cause you to have back pain, certain aches and pains and things like that. And that's why yoga and stretching and physical forms of meditation are really good for your body. So your ancestors could be like encouraging you to do a little bit more of that. If you have been noticing like a little bit of back pain or discomfort, stretch your body daily and spend a lot of time in that powerful energy, and spirit's able to like work with the body and bring in a lot more healing to your minor aches and pains that do come along with your spiritual journey, okay? It says red jasper's frequency stimulates the awakening of this energy and lends its strength as life force energy rises through the body, okay? So I feel like that gives me the energy of your ancestors, like lending you some sort of strength, okay? Like they're like pressing or pushing or like like projecting all of these very positive energies at you, a lot of strength and a lot of motivation and a lot of all of the good feels, because they want you to be very happy about your journey and to like really look forward to the different things that you're making, to really have a lot of belief in the things that you are making, okay? Also, releasing shame and guilt around sexual issues could also be a thing for some of you guys, okay? It says it's an ally for those who are determined to heal and recover from violent sexual experiences, okay? So you could have had some sort of violent sexual experience of the past, and I think it left a lot of trauma, but it left a lot of like clashing feelings about yourself and what you deserve and like who you are. And it's just important that you like don't shy away from who you are or how sexy you are, or like hold yourself back from being a certain level of sexy because you feel like it'll attract that kind of energy again. You'll never ever have to deal with that kind of shit again, and it's almost this energy of them being very apologetic. What's up with you? I'm so sorry, but there's this energy of your ancestors being apologetic for certain darker past experiences that you've had to go through, and just you really, really believing and trusting that you'll never have to go through anything like that again. Also, somebody could have been having like some sort of fertility issues. There's also something about circulatory and respiratory issues right here, like asthma or something like that is kind of what I'm getting. Or somebody could be getting a cold, getting sick, okay? I've definitely been delivering a lot of cold medicine with Instacart, So it's definitely that time of year, the seasons are changing and things like that. So just try to like pick up on eating healthy is another thing that they're saying, eat a lot of vegetables. But I was saying, if you have been having fertility issues, that your ancestors are working to stabilize your pregnancies and to promote more robust fetal growth, and also working with Jasper can help you to overcome those fertility issues by gaining more physical strength is what they're saying. And I always tell you guys, you don't need this crystal, okay? You can tap into the crystalline grid. You can work with archangel, oh my gosh, Sandalphon, okay? You can work with Archangel Sandalphon, and you can tap into the energy of any crystal that you feel you need to work with, as long as you can see the crystal, a picture of that kind of crystal, or, something to put into your mind, the kind of energy you need to focus on. That's all you need, okay? And you just, can work with that energy, have that energy come into your body or surround you, have Archangel Sandalphon surround you with that energy, and be very clear about absorbing the best energies of that energy, or absorbing whatever it is that you might need, whatever characteristics that crystal or whatever it is you're working with carries, and pulling it into yourself, or fusing that energy with the energy of your auric field is kind of how they're putting it, okay? It says, the affirmation, it says, my physical vitality, emotional balance, and personal integrity and enjoyment of life grow ever stronger, okay? So my physical vitality, emotional balance, and personal integrity and enjoyment of life grows ever stronger. Okay, now let's get this overall energy after that 15 minutes, okay? So what is, I guess, your advice for them, for their energy, how they're dealing with their journey and the people on the outside of them? So we got letting go, okay? It says, I don't dwell on bad things that happen. I let go because I have enough heavy things to carry around. And also, grudges aren't a great look, So I feel like your ancestors are telling me to, be careful about not wanting to let certain things go, or not wanting to forgive certain things. Yes, it's true. You have free will, and you can forgive when you're good and ready. And, if you don't think that person deserves your forgiveness, then you're damn right they're not going to get it. But at the end of the day, the forgiveness is for you. It's the best thing for you. So just make sure you're not holding on to anything when it does come to people outside of you, or past situations that you've been through. I feel like that's a really big thing with your ancestors also. That's a really big wound that you've been working on healing by releasing all of these different things. So just continue to release, and just know that the more things you release, the easier it gets. It doesn't become it's such a hard thing, and also you really can feel all that weight lift off of your body, off of your soul, Yeah, we got sanctuary, okay? So your ancestors are wanting you to create this sanctuary for yourself in your life, Don't be afraid to be very friendly, or to walk through your life very happy, and don't allow people to ruin your day, Your energy really truly is your own sanctuary, and nobody really truly has the power to reach into your energy and scramble it around. At the end of the day, you're in control of your own energy. You decide if people have the power to make you sad, or make you mad, or any other emotion that you might feel when dealing with others. So try to remain very aware of that, okay? It says, good for you. It seems you've earned some time away from the chaos of life. It could be as small as a bubble bath, or as big as a trip, or maybe it's a small trip to a big bubble bath, or a normal sized trip to a tiny bubble bath, or maybe you tripped and fell in someone's bath. Whatever it is, it's waiting for you with open arms. Just pick your favorite sanctuary and unplug for a bit, especially if a bath is involved, okay? So also, taking a lot of baths could be really good for you, which is funny. Spirit's been having me taking a lot of baths, anytime that I can, replacing that shower with the bath, okay? You could work very well with the energies of water. You could be a water sign, or you could have water highly aspected in your chart. Also, you could be noticing this need to intake a lot more water, okay? I feel like your body is doing a lot, and it's very important that you stay hydrated, and just really keep your mind focused on what it is that you need to focus on, okay? What's going on the outside of them? I see a relationship. I see an Ace of Pentacles, okay? You could be attracted to some sort of relationship, or starting some sort of new union, okay? This isn't the Ace of Pentacles. It's unexpected money, but it's the same vibe, okay? Yeah, look, love offer. You could be about to get some sort of really serious love offer, okay? Like, I just get this energy that people really want to be in your energy. They really want to be around you. I see mature man, okay? So somebody could be like a little bit older than you. They don't necessarily have to be a man, you know? I think they just fit like the criteria of whatever it is you're attracted to at this time. And they want to come in and make a move toward you, you know? Oh, but there's a Jezebel. There's some sort of Jezebel on the outside of you, okay? What else? This bitch is up to no good, okay? Yeah, look, ritual, okay? Some Jezebel is on the outside of you is doing rituals to try to keep you from having some sort of love offer or some sort of person, you know? Like this Jezebel spirit could be attached to like the ex of some person you're talking to or wanting to deal with, you know? This person could feel like they're in poverty, you know? They could be trying to keep this third party situation going on with this person, but it's like that person does not want this person, and your ancestors are really protecting this union, even if you haven't met this person yet, okay? This union is highly protected, and they've been doing a lot of work with this nice guy or girl that you've been like, I don't know, maybe you have your eye on them already, or this nice guy or girl that has their eye on you, you know? And they've been just like making this person very aware of who you are and what role you're meant to play in their life, and somebody is trying to like play the flying monkey role, you know, like somebody wants to come in and just cause conflict, like tear things up for you. Yeah, we got awakening, okay? I feel like they're coming to like this horrible realization due to your ancestors that there's nothing they can do to attack you. Somebody could be very frustrated with this energy of expectation, you know, they're waiting for things to work, but you're high honor, okay? This shit ain't gonna ever work, okay? We got legal, okay? It's like you got the best lawyers in the game type of energy, you know? Like, I feel like your ancestors, they really do ride for you. They have your back, you know, and they don't allow anything to go through. And also, I'm hearing the proper channels. I feel like you really go through the proper channels when you're like accessing your magic, or, you know, working with your ancestors, or you're very careful about like not interfering with the free will of others or causing any problems that have the potential to come back to you in a negative way. And that makes it very hard for people to attack you, no matter the reason why they're attacking you. Like, that gets people put into this place of poverty every single time, okay? Anybody that tries to bring destruction to your life or to your energy in any way, they end up in a place of destruction because your ancestors don't play about you. So, you know, this this Jezebel. Okay, well, first of all, your ancestors could be abusing this person. I seen 2211. Your ancestors could be abusing this person for attacking your love connection or trying to affect your energy in a negative way. But also, I feel like this Jezebel is really abusing the little bit of power that they do have, and kind of delusional and thinking that they have more power than they do, that they have enough power to stop you from achieving whatever you want to achieve in love, or even in your career, or in your life in general, you know? Like, this person has no power over you, and they're just a little bit delusional, okay? So I feel like there's also a lot of people on the outside of you with certain things that they need to let go of when it does come to you, you know? So a lot of people could be trying their hardest to like pull on your energy in a lot of different directions, you know? I just seen like, you know, a lot of hands, okay? Like, there's a lot of like people kind of like reaching out for your energy and wanting you to like go ahead and accept the offer to exchange energy with them. But I feel like your ancestors are being very, very specific about who they want around, or who you're kind of allowed to entertain at this time, because they want you to focus more on your creative expression and taking time to heal and building up, you know, your process of communication that you have with them before you focus on anything negative or anybody that doesn't even have the power to really affect your life or stop you, okay? Yeah, look, blending with spirit, okay? Period. That's like the name of the game, right? The stronger your connection to the divine, or to your ancestors, or to who you really truly are on the inside of you, the further that you get in life. And that leaves no space or no room or no time to entertain any Jezebel or anyone who's on a negative or lower vibration. But what's up? We got invisible shield, okay? So you're so protected, like very high psychic energy is what I'm getting from this. And also these white feathers give me like this energy of purity, you know? She's standing in a field of lavender, so I feel like when it comes to like when it comes to protecting your own energy or just the way you move around life. I feel like you have a very calm approach to those things, you know. Yeah, look, this shit says, have you ever experienced feeling the presence of a loved one who has passed or had the thought of them suddenly come in your mind? I feel like this happens to you all the time. And those ancestors that you think about all the time or that you feel might be around, you better believe they are around because you are fully linked with spirit at this time, okay? So trust in that, you know, and utilize having those energies around you. Talk to them, you know, ask them questions, like communicate with them. You know, they want to work as a team with you and help you to be of service in this lifetime the best way that you can, you know, or also this energy of them really wanting to be of service to you and give you whatever it is that you want and to make sure that everything you want and need is protected, okay? Whoa, we got let's get grounded, okay? So that's kind of what I was talking about with that red jasper energy, you know? Like having a very grounded journey, you know, because he's in motion. He ain't just he ain't just sitting here, you know, meditating and trying to stay grounded. He's grounded and he's mobile, okay? So just know that you can make all these movements that you're wanting to make in your life at this time, and you can be very mobile while you do it. I said motive, okay? So I feel like your motives or, you know, like your intentions are in the right place, and there's a dragonfly on this card. So I feel like you're in like this constant state of transformation, you know. It's like every time you get to like the next destination that your ancestors set up for you to get to, like you're way better when you get there. There's always this extreme improvement going on with you because you have a high soul connection with the divine, you know. It's so silly and ridiculous to think that anyone could attack you or could tear you down or could stop you from getting to where you need to get to according to, you know, God and your ancestors, you know. Like they're so standing firm about what it is that's really meant for you and what's yours, okay? Very territorial ancestors, okay? Your ancestors could also be like very funny, okay? My ancestors be cracking me up, okay? What's blending the spirit and the invisible shield? We got energy scanning, okay? It's talking about your psychic energy being a precious resource that can help in any situation, you know. So trust your energetic scans that you do with people, you know. Like you might deal with one person and totally feel somebody else's energy on that person, you know what I'm saying? And you might just ignore it or shake it off because that person doesn't really exhibit the kind of energy that you could be feeling. So just like be very careful about that. Like trust what you feel, especially when it comes to romantic connections and things like that. What's the invisible shield and linking with spirit? Okay, we got clairsentience. Okay, trust that gut, baby. Okay, because your ancestors send you a lot of signs and synchronicities and things like that to make sure you know what's going on. Like I said before, what's linking with spirit and let's get grounded. We got impression versus expression. Okay, so I feel like you're doing a great job of expressing yourself, you know, and it's not really like impression versus expression with you, you know. It's kind of like every single way that you choose to express yourself is a great impression on other people, you know. Because usually I'm like, you know, oh, you know, you could be torn between, you know, focusing more on making an impression and kind of stifling your way of expressing yourself in order to make a good impression. But I don't feel like that's the case with you. I feel like you very naturally express this beautiful, loving, friendly, down to earth, just cool ass type of energy, you know, and people love that shit about you. And your ancestors want you to continue to ground that kind of energy and stay linked with them and trusting what they say over, you know, other people's energies or what other people might try to, like, you know, put in there. Because I feel like somebody also could be doing a whole lot of projection, this Jezebel, you know. They're projecting a lot of like negative thoughts, you know, a lot of like lower vibrational types of energies, okay? But I feel like you carry this like beautiful rainbow, multifaceted, multi-dimensional kind of energy, you know. And it's hard to pin down like what about you they need to attack, right? Because it all seems so great. So they could be doing a lot of root chakra attacks, okay, they could definitely be attacking your solar plexus chakra since it's the one that's highlighted. But I did highlight the root and the sacral with the red jasper energy, so they could definitely be like, attacking your creative energies, wanting you to feel ungrounded, to feel lost, to feel like, your link with spirit is a thing of your imagination, or it's not as good as you think it is, and it is fucking excellent, okay? It is exceptional. It is like next level, okay? So do not doubt this connection that you've built with your ancestors. Like, it's just as real as you think it is, okay? And it's beautiful, and this person is just really obsessed with your energy, okay? Like, somebody is so obsessed. I'm hearing that song, why are you so obsessed with me? Of course, I don't know, somebody really doesn't like you, or maybe they don't like the fact that you are like this sanctuary for people when they come around. Some people could have a problem with the way that you getting better and better at letting things go. Like, they don't like this energy of detachment that you're in all of a sudden. Like, they like the you that held on to shit for no reason for long periods of time much better than they like the version of you that's like, fuck you, then you can get on with that bullshit, I don't got time for that shit today. They don't like that shit. They don't like that you are able to just like cut it off and dead it and walk away, okay? What's blending with spirit, the invisible shield, and energy scanning. And it's like, you dead it, you walk away, and then you got the nerve to be happy. You got the nerve to still be celebrating life and having your cup overflow. You got the nerve to be not being sad, or to be up, not being upset because somebody's attacking you, or because, like, they're doing whatever. And I think that, like, that energy of you being happy pissing them off more is because the more happy you look, or, the more healthy and all of these different things, the more obvious it is that they work just never was working, okay? What's blended with spirit, the invisible shield, and energy scanning. We got the Four of Cups. It's like you turn down so many different like negative types of energies. And also, this is kind of an energy of this Jezebel energy turning down this type of offer. Maybe they didn't want to work closely with spirit, maybe they didn't want to look crazy, in that spiritual stuff or whatever. Like, this could be somebody, because I said they could be attracted to like a love interest of yours. Maybe they felt like all of that spiritual stuff that their person was into was really stupid or really silly. And it's like, now that this person's met you, or now that they seen you, or now that they separating from them because they want to be with you, they're feeling like, maybe they should have accepted that offer from spirit, or like they're losing their person, but they're just not, and they're just attacking you and that person for no reason. They might not even know you, or they might not ever have even seen you. In some cases, but I said they're obsessed. So they definitely could. And I also showed you the social media card before, so this could be what that's about. This Jezebel could be watching your social media, or trying to study you, trying to watch shit about you. They could be like leaving hating ass comments and just doing stupid little petty stuff that I don't think you're even paying attention to, and that makes them even more mad. Because at the end of the day, like, you just don't know this bitch, and you just really don't care that much about what a stranger thinks about what you have going on in your life. What's invisible shield linking with spirit and clairsentience? We got the Chariot, okay? Period. And also that, like, where you stand with the divine. Like, that your clairsentience is extremely strong. That you're very gifted, and you're not gonna be scared of nobody. And I feel like this person, like, that's what they want. They want you to feel scared or to feel intimidated, okay? Cancer could be significant because Cancer's on this card and the moon is on this card. That's double Cancer energy, okay? But the Chariot is Cancer energy, okay? What's linking with spirit, impression versus expression, and let's get grounded? We got the Four of Wands, okay? So, I don't know. Like, this person could look at you like you are a star. They could feel like, the way you express yourself, or the kind of person you are, they could never be that kind of person, or they could never, like, match up to that. And I feel like your ancestors are kind of just, like, they don't have to do much. It's almost like this energy of their way of protecting you, being just amplifying whatever this person already feels every time they're trying to attack you. and then like the reversals of their attacks on top of that is kind of all too much. I feel like somebody's being overwhelmed when it comes to attacking the way you express yourself. They could be attacking your throat chakra, wanting to shut you up, okay? This is Aries energy with the Four of Wands, okay? So somebody could be like I said before, in this very combative energy while you're kind of like riding off into the sunset, or opening up more to peace, opening up more to receiving, okay? Was let's get grounded, soul connection, and the wonder of colors. We got secrets, okay? Oh no, I feel like this person, like maybe they feel like they want to know your secrets. Why are you so happy? Like, what is it about you? How did you get this soul connection? They could be, like I said before, obsessed with you, studying you, trying to pay a lot of attention to you because they want to know like how you are. And also I was talking about like people, imitation being the highest form of flattery, right? But it's like there's a difference between like taking something someone else did and kind of adding your own version of that to your style and doing exactly every single thing that someone else does. There is a difference between the two copier types of energies. And I feel like this person is in a very distorted energy where they're copying you in a very negative way, copying you with the intention to be you, or copying you with the intention to take on all that your energy is, rather than copying you from a place of like, oh, I look up to you, or oh, I really like that. Let me put my twist on that and do it how I do it. It's going to be so cute. You know what I'm saying? What's the Four of Cups in the Chariot? We got the Wheel of Fortune, okay? But it fell out kind of crossing. So I feel like you guys are just in two totally opposite energies. You could have a lot of Jupiter energy, or you could have like highly significant placements in, or your Jupiter could be in a highly significant place on your birth chart, is what I'm trying to say. Excuse me. Your Jupiter, I'm hearing Libra, okay? Like, there's a lot of balance coming to your money, okay? Like, you are on top and you're not going anywhere. And somebody's very upset about this shit, okay? They're mad because they can't put any obstacles in your course. And also, you seem to always know everything, right? You seem to always be up on game and just completely dodging the bullshit left and right with no problem. It doesn't matter how much they attack your gifts. That's the most protected thing that they coming after, okay? It's just a dangerous game they playing, and they ain't playing with nobody but themselves. What's the Chariot and the Four of Wands? We got the Two of Pentacles, okay? So there's an energy of juggling, okay? Giving me them juggling. Maybe they're thinking about making a change in what they're doing, but I don't feel like making a change for growth, like just juggling. Like maybe they're indecisive, they don't really know what to do, or I don't know. Like, this could also give me the energy of this person like taking you and your partner and kind of like trying to play games, trying to mix things up between you guys. This person could be like a twist. Somebody that like when they come around, they twist everybody's words, or like they run back and forth, they juggle between like different groups and like help these people talk shit about those people, and then go over there and tell those people what them people said and help those people. Like, somebody's very messy, okay? Somebody's very messy, and they always in some shit, always having to juggle, or always having to repair something that they fucked up or that they broke with their like negative ways, or with their like conniving type of ways. Like, that's what it's giving. It's giving very conniving, very sneaky, very secretive type of energy, right? Very nosy. What's the Four of Wands and the secrets? We got the Nine of Swords, okay? And this where that nosy shit, that conniving shit, that sneaky shit, that bullshit is getting this Jezebel, okay? Like, this person feels like they're kind of down for the count at this time. Like, that could be what this juggling energy is about too. I feel like, after the last backfire, this person could be thinking about like, do I want to feel that kind of backfire again? Okay, like this person, they could be having some sort of legal issues. Okay, that could be a part of the backfire. Okay, this person is like a vampire. Okay, like straight up Dracula energy. Okay, then we got the Page of Cups right here and the Death card. Okay, so I don't know. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, they're trying to suck this love off, or this love energy that this person has for you, like from you. Like, they're trying to suck everything out of you that somebody loves or is interested in about you, right? Like, they're trying to wear everything about you that makes you interesting, okay? And you just can't, okay? They don't have that kind of power. Like, and your ancestors are getting justice for this, bringing balance to this. And I said Libra energy, okay? So that person could be a Libra or an air sign. They could be a Gemini, okay? They also could be a Taurus or a Capricorn. You could be a Virgo. I think I said that already. I think I said that shit already, okay? Also, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio could be significant. What's the Four of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot? We got the Two of Wands, okay? So I just feel like you, on the other hand, baby, you make really beautiful choices and you just ain't paying no attention to none of this, okay? You know where you stand on the wheel and you do not entertain any of the conflict or the bullshit, You stay as far away from anxiety as you possibly can, unless it's about something that's like really important. I don't feel like you get stressed or pressed about like somebody trying to attack you or somebody trying to tear you down, and this is taking you very far. Like, this is advancing you a lot, and your ancestors are protecting you along the way because of the way that you like think, okay? Like, you are a genius. You hold a lot of intellectual property. You're very good at protecting yourself, and the way you express your truth is beautiful, okay? And your ancestors really want you to keep that right there, and they're going to protect you by any means necessary in order to make sure that you can continue to do that. What's the Two of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune? We got the Emperor, okay? And also, they go make sure that you are stable no matter what, okay? I said earlier something about them taking care of anyone and anything that's trying to get in the way of your happy ending or your stability type of energy, okay? Like, it's just not happening. And also, this Emperor could represent like an actual emperor, okay? It's Aries energy, okay? But I mean, it could represent that divine counterpart that I was talking about. What's the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Wands? We got the Four of Pentacles, okay? So this emperor, okay? This emperor to kick this person to the curb, or flip it if it fits in a different way. It could be totally be a feminine, but she could be in like a successful energy. So sometimes she'll come out as an emperor because she brings a lot of stability to the lives of people around them. And I feel like that's what it is, okay? Like, this person could have been like providing a lot for this Jezebel, or they could have been like taking care of them in some sort of way, and now they don't want nothing to do with them, and with all this man holding all this awards, it's like this person refused to give this person credit, or refused to acknowledge the things that they believed in, or refused to acknowledge that they're gifted, that they're special, that they're sexy, that they're amazing, and they can do any and everything that they want to accomplish in life, Like, this person was not breathing, this Jezebel was not breathing life into this person because they didn't have the life to breathe into them, And now they want to like fix their mistakes, but not by actually growing and genuinely being better, but by stealing your energy and trying to present that shit as if that's the kind of energy that they really in, or the kinds of things that they really represent, So that's why, it's giving this energy of them being very obsessed, them being, stalking and doing rituals and things like that, because they're kind of like paying a lot of attention to you and trying to see like where you at, trying to get a feel for you energetically, and then attacking you that way. But like I said before, you know, your ancestors are totally and completely protecting you from any and everything. And if you have been like, you know, giving any thought to like anybody's exes or any female or masculine that your that your new person has walked away from, don't give it no thought, okay? Don't put no energy to this bullshit, because it's definitely being handled by your spirit guides, you know. Your ancestors just want you to trust your gut, trust what you feel when you scan people's energy, and maintain that soul connection, and just keep following their advice and going the way that they want you to go. Okay? Look at this. You're on the right path, okay? Look at this. Let go. It says walk away from this situation in order to resolve it, okay? It says keep doing what you're doing because it's working, okay? What's up? Two of Wands, the Emperor, the Wheel of Fortune. We got leadership, okay? You are a leader, baby. And that's why you can't get caught out here involved in no drama or playing any games with any immature energies that want to like argue with you or bicker back and forth with you. Like, the best way for you to take charge of the situation is to let your ancestors handle it. And we already talked about in the beginning how you're doing such a great job of letting your ancestors handle everything that they need to handle, okay? So you're already doing it. What's the Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Wands? We got light and love, okay? You already spreading around all this beautiful light and love types of energies, and that is a really big part of your purpose, okay? It says your purpose is to bring divine healing, light, and love to this world, you know? Not to go back and forth or argue or spend all day judging anybody or doing a whole bunch of bullshit that's not serving you or anyone else. And you know that, okay? And this Jezebel, they don't know. They finna find out the hard way, okay? What's leadership and light and love? We got sensitivity, okay? So trust your sensitivity. Also, your sensitivity when it does come to your gifts, you know, it might really get on your nerves. It might irritate you or whatever. And it's like you're only becoming like more and more sensitive, more and more cracked open to like, you know, what's going on around you and other people's like feelings and emotions and things like that. But your ancestors just want you to know like that's an amazing gift, and that sensitivity that you have, you know, with your gifts and the way you pick up things, like without that you would not have made it this far, okay? So trust in that, in your sensitivity, and go with what you feel, you know? Like you might just be smelling people's funky ass energy, or you know what I mean, just like having dreams about people out of nowhere and just knowing the entire truth. You know, your ancestors are saying don't doubt that. Those are the things that they bring you, okay? And also, you don't always gotta announce to everybody what you feeling, and you know how you know that this is happening or that this is true, or how you got the confirmation on this or on that, you know. Like, just know what you know and keep it pushing and get to where you're trying to get to. What's the final thought on this? You know, sometimes I'll be looking at these decks that Spirit be picking like, these don't look like they go together to me, but I just be listening to what they be saying, okay? We got Unicorn Portal, okay? It says focus your light and listen for a message, okay? So your ancestors, like I said before, they're communicating with you a lot, okay? They want you to just continue to go with the flow, to relax, and to have a lot of trust and just accept what is happening in your life, because I think that really amazing things are happening in your life. Like, you're being advanced, okay? I knocked the deck over, kind of, okay? We got travel, okay? We got you're on the right path again. So you could be about to travel. You could be thinking about traveling. Also, I see the nutrition card down there, but the other cards landed face down, so they're not that important, okay? But I just feel like you could be eating very healthy, or you need to eat very healthy. I already said that, okay? So let me just read this final thought, because this one's already kind of long, but I'm not going to record tomorrow because I need to do my hair, okay? This is the last time today y'all gonna see me with some purple hair, okay? I mean, for a while. So it says a portal is a high frequency space or a gateway to another dimension. When you draw this card, unicorns are asking you to create one in your home office or somewhere special so that they can step from their domain into yours, okay? When you have decided where your portal will be, decide how long you wish it to remain in place. Then follow the visualization below and know you are creating a space where humans and unicorns can meet. Anyone entering the portal in their physical or spiritual body can connect more easily with unicorns there, you know? And the affirmation says, I serve the unicorn kingdom. You know, I just feel like it's like you have created this very happy type of portal, you know, like it's almost like in order for people to get into your energy, you know, they have to be on a certain vibration, or they got to match a certain vibe in order to like make it through the portal into your life or into your energy, you know. And it's just like certain people just aren't matching that vibe, and they're very confused about why they can't attack you, or why they can't stop you, or why they can't stop what's meant for you. And your ancestors ain't letting none of it go down, okay? So with that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.